Tell Me Your Story with Chris Baker Jr. Tonight, we got a queen in the building, LadyV Elliott. Much prayer, much power. Let's ride. She came from the pain, now she walking in purpose. Life tried to break her, but God said she worth it. Rebuild, rebrand, now she speak with power. Faith over fear, every minute, every hour. LadyV, yeah, she telling her truth.
Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of the podcast Tell Me Your Story. This is your host, Chris Baker, and today's guest to tell her story is Miss LadyV. Give it up for LadyV! Yeah! Whoa, yeah! Welcome to the show, LadyV.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for having me, Chris. I'm so truly grateful to be here today. So, hey, everybody.
It's truly an honor and a privilege to have you on. How are you doing on this lovely day?
I am wonderful. And glad to be able to tell my story.
Yes. We're honored to have you on to share your story. So let's jump into this. Let's jump into the very beginning. Where does your roots take place? Where were you born?
So I was born in Wichita, Kansas, and I travel a lot. I've been traveling my whole entire life, and I just move around a lot. But Wichita is always gonna be my first home. That's that. Shout out to the Dub. That's what I shout out to the Dub.
Give it to the Dub.
Yes.
Now, give us a taste of what your childhood was like. Was it with technology or no technology?
Baby. No, I was with the ice ages, but that was pretty much close. I mean, we had the first Apple computer. That's the era I come from, where it was bulky and, and it was green. The screen was green. So that should tell you where era I come from, right? But for me, my childhood was really trying. And because I was molested, I started being molested at the age of 8. By the age of 10, I was just running away. By the age of 15, I was a madam. By the age of 21, I was a high-priced cowgirl. So as you can see, I went through a lot of different changes, but I was looking and trying to find me, who I was, my identity, trying to figure out life, trying to just be in a grown situation that I didn't even know nothing about, basically. And so I was out here fending for myself, trying to get it, trying to live, trying to figure out this thing called life, when life be lifing, okay? And so I've been trying to figure this thing out for a long time. And so now my journey of where I am right now, the reason why my praise is so strong is because I went through something so drastic that when I was able to finally find me, it was like a celebration. And so now I celebrate me as in my journey as I'm moving along in everything that I do. So even with this particular podcast, I don't consider anything little, minor, minute, any of that. I'm like, yay, me. I got I'm on. We have to celebrate those moments, because so many of those moments, I didn't know how to celebrate me because I didn't feel like I was worth celebrating or being celebrated.
How did you get caught up in that? When you started, you said at a young age you were getting molested. What led up to that?
So, y'all, I'm gonna tell every person in this, y'all be very careful who you allow to come into your home, because just because that you feel, oh, I love him, or oh, I love her, doesn't mean that they're the right people for you or your children. And that's what happened. I like to call them the monsters, because that's how I saw them for so long. So the monster came into my home and he took my identity. He took my my youth. He took my innocence. And at the age of 8, how do you say no to a grown adult who is threatening to kill your family, your whole entire family, in front of you? And so I just was like, I can't sit and watch my family die. Like, I'm 8. And so you don't know. And because the era that I come from, you come from what happens in this house stays in this house. We ain't allowed to talk about different things. We're not allowed to discuss certain things. And so talking about these hard topics was really hard for us in our home. We wasn't allowed to say anything. And then when we did, we were always told, "Oh, you lying." Because, Mr. Johnny, and that's how I'm gonna say it, Mr. Johnny would never do that. Well, yes, Mr. Johnny would do that, and Mr. Johnny's been doing that, and he'll keep doing that if you don't stop it. And
Mm-hmm.
so it was so many things that was covered up and swept up under the rug, that's really how we learned how to live our life, swept up under the rug. Everything was swept up under the rug, and now here we are, grown adults, and we have this whole mountain of foolishness, what, swept up under our rugs, because we wasn't allowed to talk about these hard things. We wasn't allowed to discuss molestation. We wasn't allowed to discuss trauma and the things that was going on in our lives. So y'all be very mindful who you allow in your children's life, who you allow in your home, because everybody that say they love you sometimes got an interior motive, and it ain't for you, it's for your children. And it doesn't matter if they are girls or boys, because if you think that boys are not being molested, they are, and sometimes by men and sometimes by women. And so please understand that it goes both ways in the home. And so we have to be very mindful who we allow to be in our children's lives, because these are the things that happen. And what do our children do at the age of 8? It's our job to protect our children, not our children trying to protect us, not our children trying to fend for themselves. It's not fair. And so if your child is telling you that, hey, somebody is touching me, or somebody is hurting me or harming me, even if that is a verbal, please listen to your children. Understand that this is not easy. This, yes, it may hurt you, but it's hurting your children worse. And it can really have a major effect on your children as adults, because remember, we grow up.
Mm-hmm.
We grow up, and we grow up with this trauma. But for me, I chose not to sit in my trauma. I chose to heal from my trauma, because I didn't want to live in that dark place my whole entire life. I've been there for so long that I was tired of being in the darkness.
Oh man, that was deep. But it's true though. Like you said, you have to listen to your child. You have to be able to. We have to come up with a language that we can communicate together, so that when these things are actually happening, we know. Because like you said, you were afraid to speak out about it because he's telling you that he's gonna. If you say a word, I'm gonna wipe out your family.
Hmm.
And it just has become like a normal thing nowadays. I hate to even say that, but
Facts.
we need to learn how to teach the younger kids, especially with technology becoming so advanced, that we have to show them, like, there's certain things that you guys you're watching and don't understand what's actually happening. And we need to teach you the language that if you feel threatened or in trouble, that
Exactly.
another person can see it and help you and get you
Mhm.
out of that situation.
Exactly. Exactly. I think, especially in today's society, so many people are afraid to really say anything, especially now, because it was hard then, but I believe that it may be just a little bit harder now, because everybody is, that's not my problem. That's not my situation. Oh, I don't have anything to do with that. Everybody is for themselves now. And there's still good people out there who will say, hey, wait a minute. I just seen somebody say they need help. Let me go help them. You know, they will risk their life to help somebody else. Whereas so many people refuse to. They're like, I don't know them. I'm not risking my life for nobody. I'm not stepping in that. I'm not going to help them. And they
And it,
could.
like I get what you're saying, but I was just talking to somebody the other day about this. Is human trafficking is very, very huge right now. It's like
Exactly.
a billion dollar industry. And I have a buddy that does missionary work over in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
And he said they, like you said, they were selling these girls,
Yep.
little girls,
Yep.
for, decent prices.
Yep.
And the guy didn't realize it because he was just down there doing missionary work. But he didn't realize that, yeah, they're selling these girls out for that reason, to go home with these monsters.
Yep.
And he said when he found out what was actually taking place in Mexico, he ended up, I think he said he adopted over 200 girls and boys
Hmm.
for that very reason, because he found out what was going on. He rescued 200 people. So there, yeah, like you said, there are good people out there, and they realize what's happening in this world.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
the people that you actually think are the heroes here in town, in your town, are behind closed doors, not so
Okay.
pretty.
Not so pretty. And I hate to say it, but a lot of them we call mayors and government officials. A lot of them we call our pastors and our preachers. Some of them we call our grandparents. Some of them we call our fathers and our mothers. And so just because they look good on the outside and they go to work every day and they're in church every Sunday does not mean that they are not monsters.
Yeah.
You can't
And I
judge
remember.
a cover.
Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying you just can't judge a book by its cover.
I was gonna say, talking about ministers. I actually had somebody on not too long ago where her father was a minister, very well respected guy. Everybody thought the world of this guy. Very, very well respected in the community. Everybody loved him.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as he got home, it was a whole different monster.
Exactly.
Whole different guy. Not the guy that you saw on the outside in society where everybody's like, I like that guy. He's such a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
as soon as that door locks, the beast comes out.
Yeah,
And
that's
he's
monsters.
not he's not of God. He's not of God. He is the complete opposite of what God calls.
Exactly.
Instead, he's at home molesting his daughters, beating his wife,
Mm-hmm.
and doing unthinkable things that you would never think this guy was ever doing. So yeah, this is stuff that me and Lady V are talking to you about right now that you have to be aware of.
Exactly.
Don't go around in life with the blinders on. And if you see something, say something about
Say
it,
something.
because you could be the reason that person lives and escapes that trauma.
Exactly.
You need to step up right now, in a time right now. It's no better time to do it, because it's happening a lot. It's been happening,
Mm-hmm.
but it's getting to the point where now they're getting so comfortable with it that they're putting it right in your face. And yet,
right next to you. And making you look at it like it's nothing. And then you just looking and you're not going to say anything because we are afraid. But why? Because God tells us in his basic instructions, do not be afraid.
Yep, and he also says, whoever lays a hair on the child.
Come on now. Come on now.
You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it, buddy. Don't think you're getting off your clean slate. Oh no, buddy, you're gonna get a taste of that wrath. And I don't want to be next to you
at all, baby. I don't want no taste of it, honey. I done got enough wrath for me, baby. This whole side of my whole body was just peeled off, just gone. And honey, I don't wish that on nobody. That's all I can say. And when God gives you a second chance to be a better person, to be a better you take it. You take it. Because
and
that right there, whoo.
But the worst part about it is, this is where we really need to get deep into it, especially with your story, is so it happens at a young age, and it starts to become, you get traumatized by it, yes, but at the same time, they're also grooming you. And that's your next part of your story, so let's hear more about it.
Yes, so I was in the streets. I went straight to the streets. That's where he really groomed me for, was the streets. And because that's all I know. That's all I saw. That's where I went. And I was in the streets trying to find the love that I wasn't getting at home. And all I found was people that was trying to take abuse, take me for granted, abuse me and use me and all kinds of stuff because I was a pretty girl and I was thick and I had long legs and this and that. And people they saw me for my body and they never saw me for my beauty. They never saw me for my inner beauty, for my brains. They never saw me for any of that. And I strived and strived and strived. But while I was out here, I saw so many other women or girls, because we were all about the same age, that was going through it too. And you never really realize how many girls, how many people really is going through this until you out there and you experiencing this. And as I was experiencing it, I saw it and I was like, oh, wow. And so because I was so strong and they had been approached by so many pimps, and I was like, I wish I would. I ain't finna let no pimp me at all. Like, I'm going to do the pimping. Like, I can't see myself giving my money to nobody. Like, I'm not weak-minded like that. And so he groomed me to be strong, but in my weakness.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense, because I was still afraid. I was still that little girl who needed somebody to save her. And I saw these girls who needed somebody, and I was like, well, I'll be it. And so I became a madam. And so it wasn't to get their money, but it was more of a protection thing. It was more to say, oh, I've already chose. I'm already with somebody so that they can keep from being abused, so that they can keep from being drugged up and trafficked it. Because some of them, that's exactly what was happening. People would drug these girls and then you would never see them again.
Yep. And that happens right in our faces every day. And you try to pretend like you didn't see it, but you did. And that's what I was saying earlier, is like, you have to take that blinder off. It's happening. They're getting too comfortable now that they're doing it right in front of you. The TV you're watching, the videos you're watching, lusting on, that's another perfect example.
Yeah.
That stuff's no good for you, man. Because how do you know that video you're watching, you're lusting on, you're committing the wrong sin? Is not somebody that's being trafficked.
Exactly. You do not know.
This is your wake-up call.
Man, come on now. They say check them, baby. This is your wake-up call. We have to be more aware of our surroundings. What's going on around us? Because at the end of the day, it could be your daughter. It could be your sister. It could be your mama. It could be, you know what I'm saying? Anybody. It could be your brother. Like, we have to be very mindful of the things that we're entertaining, the things that we're seeing. And God tells us in his basic instructions anyway that we will be held accountable for his flock.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hello, somebody.
Hello, are you there? Wake up.
You know what I'm saying? Hello. We will be accountable, because if he puts us in that position, we have to understand that a lot of times that we're in these positions, we are actually being tested. Mm-hmm. God is testing us because he wants to see, if I put them in a situation, will they turn the other cheek? Will they turn a blind eye? Will they act as if they don't see this? Or will they actually stand up and live and stand on my word and know that if I said I'll put them in the fire, that I'll bring them out the fire?
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
Grab your sword, man.
Come on
and go to battle. Go to battle.
Have to. I stay on the battlefield, baby. I stay. You see, I got on my fatigues. I feel like I stay battle ready, because if you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready.
Nope.
I keep my full armor on. Sometimes I just go to sleep in it. I just, because I
You
need
gotta
to
be ready.
be ready. I got to stay ready because the enemy will come at you with both barrels loaded and catch you when you least expect it.
All right, but catch this. What does God say repeatedly over and over and over that this generation has slacked to realize? And hopefully I don't offend you by it. But he wants you to stay sober minded.
So come on now. Come on now.
Because we're too busy getting caught up and saying, man, I want to smoke. I want to get high, man. I want to feel good today. Yeah, but that's also fogging your thought progress. You're drinking, you're partying. Isn't it kind of weird that they advertise that stuff all the time, but you know secretly that stuff's not good for you?
Already.
There's a reason behind it.
And it is. And it is. You know, I mean, no offense to me at all, because I am, I am who I am. And I always like to be, I'm very transparent with who I am as well. And so, yes, he does tell us to keep a sober mind. However, there are times where we sometimes medical now, if you for medical, because some of y'all be lying. Some of y'all, let me put that out there. A lot of y'all be lying talking about it's medical and it ain't. It's just so y'all could just do it because you want to do it and say, oh, well, it's legal here, and so it's medical purposes. There are some people who literally cannot function because our bodies. I'm a lupus advocate, so I say this because I'm a lupus advocate, and there are a lot of the medicines even that I can't use, that I have to do certain things with. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm
Mm-hmm.
allergic to all of them. So I have to go herbal. Now, I'm not supposed to be, oh my gosh, I'm just no. No, because you are absolutely right. He tell us to keep a sober mind. That means that I'm not supposed to be boom boom for my body, my medicine, and I'm done. We're not sitting here going over and beyond, and now we can't stay focused on what God has for us. We can't stay focused on what God needs for us to do and what he needs for us to put into our systems. You know, we, like you said, we're drinking, we're smoking, we're taking these medicines because a lot of y'all take prescription drugs to get that high.
Mm-hmm.
And you're gone. I've seen you walk around like a zombie. You're not sober. You can't hear God talking to you if you needed to be. And if you did, you didn't know it was him. Because you so gone.
And
We do have
and
to
the,
be a sober mind. We do have to know our limitations. He tells us don't overindulge in anything. Period. No matter what it is, do not do it. But y'all keep doing it. So why are you not listening to your basic instructions
mm-hmm.
when God giving it to you? See, I'm just calling it like I see it, y'all. We have to be mindful and we have to be honest about the things that we're doing and how we're doing it and the things that we're putting into our system, and then lying about it, talking about, oh, well, you're trying to justify it and it's not justifiable.
Yeah. And think about this too. I mean, it's advertised, you see it in movies and whatnot. But
Exactly.
also, while you were being groomed, they were offering it to you and to say, "Here, take this substance, take whatever this is, and try this." And you're like, "Okay," or one of the other girls was like, "Yeah, this will help you out, girl. This will
Yep.
help you, and you'll feel better." Because
Right.
you're going through that moment, you're living through it, you're being passed around like the hottest thing on the market. I hate to even say it like that, but that's just how it
That's
goes.
real.
And before you know it, you're looking for something to fill that hole, that urge. You're just like you feel. Ugh. You're like, how I got to go through all this stuff. I mean, go ahead, continue. I don't want to tell your story.
No, that's just real. And this is the reason why so many girls literally drink and smoke and do so many different types of drugs to fill that void. For me, marijuana was my choice. marijuana, that's it. That's all. I'm never, I'm not saying that I did not do other drugs or did not try other drugs, because I ain't did no other drugs. I tried other drugs. And my mind was too strong for them, that my mind was like, girl, stop playing yourself. This is not what we doing. Like, that's how I've always been strong. And so I could never get hooked to other drugs because my body and my mind wouldn't allow me to do that, because I was too
Mm-hmm.
strong minded. I've always been that since a little girl. That's why I tell people I believe I really am chosen, because there's a lot of things that I could have did that I just didn't. There's a lot of ways that I could have went down that path, but I chose not to. Now, I'm not saying that the girls that I was hanging with wasn't doing them, because baby, they was doing the drugs up under the sun. But that's the reason why they wanted me to be their madam, is because I I was sober minded and I could see what was going on, because I was never drunk like that, because I didn't like alcohol. I grew up with alcoholics. So alcohol was never my thing. But I don't say that I didn't drink, because I did, And then there was times where I was literally drinking just to say that I didn't want to feel the pain, because I was hurting for that day, or I was hurting that way. And that's how a lot of people cope with life. And you don't even have to be molested. You could just be going through, your marriage is just jacked up and you just tired and you're just going through some stuff. So you decide that you're going to drink because you think drinking curves the problems that you're going through. And when you get sober, baby, guess what? Them problems are still right there. See, I
They'll
had to
wait for you.
waiting for you. They just sitting there like, you finished now?
You think we went somewhere?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're sitting here. And we still gonna have to address those problems. So at the end of the day, we have to literally figure out what's best for us. We have to know that we can't keep feeding our bodies these alcohol and drugs and think that it's gonna make us feel better. It's only a temporary fix. And that means you got 5 minutes, baby, and it's gone. And now you need the next one, So stop being temporary with it and just fix the problem. It's time to start releasing what you are feeling. It's time to start releasing what you're going through, because at the end of the day, if you continue to hold on to those things that you're supposed to be releasing, you will always stay in the dark place.
Yeah.
And alcohol, weed, crack, cocaine, meth, fentanyl, whatever it is, heroin, whatever it is you choosing to take, and some of y'all doing it all. This that generation doing it all, baby. I call this that I'm on everything generation. See, when I was coming up, we all had a choice. If you was gonna do heroin, you did heroin. You didn't do heroin and crack and this and that and this and that. You didn't do all that. You did heroin. If you was a crackhead, you was a crackhead. If you was an alcoholic, you was an alcoholic. If you was a weed head, you was a weed head. See, we had categories. We knew what our category and what our life was gonna be. We understood it. And we didn't try to go into all these different areas. But this generation here, baby, they own everything. The everything generation, I mean everything. You don't know what they're on or how much of it they're on. Because they're on everything. They're on pills, they're on weed, heroin, fentanyl, crack, just everything. And I just be like, you're going to kill yourself with this stuff. Like, I have to talk to our youth. Like, baby, it's not worth it. Talk to me. And sometimes we have to be willing to listen to our kids. If we can get them to open up, allow them to share, but listen. Not listen to judge, but listen so that you can help come out of a bad situation.
Yes. And like what I'm saying, sober-minded, yes. But also, you have to understand who's in control of this, because you have so much social media and like I said, technology nowadays. that you're being brainwashed and you
Yes,
don't even really realize it by movies you
exactly.
watch, TV shows, whatever you watch on whatever platform. You're
Hmm.
not being brainwashed on here. I'm trying to guide you here.
Yes, you've been
compared
brainwashed on here because we telling you how to come out of it. Okay, so we trying to
compared
change
to
your
other place.
mindset. Yes, we trying to change your mindset so that you can come out the darkness. So if that's being brainwashed, yes, you being brainwashed because we don't want you to be in
For
the dark.
good, for the good.
Exactly.
Not I'm not brainwashing you to because what happens a lot of times is like you said with the drugs and everything. This generation especially is so influenced by drugs, and why is that? Because it's in your movies. It's in the music that you listen to. You think, okay, that's just normal. That's just something that you do, and I hate to say it, guys, but you're falling right into the enemy's lap. He's laughing at that. He's like, yeah, it got him right where I need him. Because yeah, you can dope up yourself and you can make yourself feel good, do whatever you want.
Hmm.
But when you come back down to earth, do you feel any better? No. You're looking for that next fix. You're
Hmm.
looking to get high again. You want to get back to it. But when you're
Hmm.
sober minded, this is the beautiful thing, guys. When you're sober minded and you're taking care of this body, this one body that you get,
Mm.
it rewards you.
Yes, it does.
And it's not just drugs, guys. You have to be careful what you eat too,
Come
because
on.
I'm feeling like in a preacher mode right now. Because the stuff that you eat as well, they affected that as well.
Exactly.
You ever go to a McDonald's, you eat something good, you're like, man, that hit the spot. But then afterwards, you feel like you're in a fog. Why is that? Huh?
Hmm. You feel heavy. You feel like I don't know what just happened. You can't focus. You can't. You just feel a whole lot of can'ts is what you do. You know,
And
me
it
and my friend was talking about
not
that today about the foods we put into our bodies. I say a lot of it's plastic. Like, you know, say because they're shortcutting and shortchanging everything. So you right.
yep. It's just stuff you have to be more aware of. That's just why I say you have to be sober minded. You have to be clear. You have to be who's in charge of this.
Exactly.
Because if you're not in charge of this, oh, the enemy has got you under it right where he wants you.
You know,
And
but
I know some of you aren't spiritual, but I'm trying to wake you up.
exactly.
You need to wake
Please
up.
wake up. Please wake up. You know, I feel like in Vogue when they said free your mind and the rest will follow. When you free your mind, literally, when you give your mind to God, the rest of you will follow. It has no choice. You will literally be able to be clear minded. You will literally be able to be free. You will literally be able to come out of that dark place and that darkness that you sit in, that you wishing, and you keep telling yourself, I just want to get out of here. I just want to leave. I just don't want to be here anymore. Let me tell you something. My grandmother used to tell me, baby, when you tired, and I mean sick and tired. See, a lot of times y'all just saying, oh, I'm tired, but you ain't sick and tired. When you are sick and tired, that means it is all the way to the white meat. It is all the way sitting in your bones that is literally almost killing you. And now you have to ask yourself, do I want to live or do I want to die? That's a
We
hard
hit,
question.
we hit some strings today. We are hitting some strings, but we're preaching the truth out here.
Yeah, yeah. You know, you have to
And
ask yourself that these days.
so, I mean, going back to your story though, before we get too far into preaching, I know, guys, I know we're getting good, but it's her story. You know, I don't want to. Maybe another podcast we'll go back and forth with that. But we'll keep it right there because I know behind the scenes of what was going on in your life during this time period, a lot of this was playing out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it was really, I was looking at it and I was so tired. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. My grandmother died first my grandfather passed, And I started to slowly start to lose it then, but I didn't understand it. I didn't understand mental. I didn't understand what was going on or what was happening to me. And then when my grandmother passed, baby, I lost all my mind. I lost everything. Like I had no care in the world. Like I was just like F everybody, F the world, F this, F. I was just so gone that I was so angry at God at that moment because I felt like God took the last person who genuinely loved me, and he
Mhm.
just snatched her and took her away. And I just was like, Lord, they keep saying that you're a sovereign God. They keep saying that you're a good God. They keep saying that you're all these things and this and that. But if you're all of this, why would you take the only person who loved me away from me? Why would you do that? Now you leave me out here in a world that people don't like me. People hate me like I am hated more than I am loved. And the one person who loved me, you took away from me. You know, I was so angry. I was so mad. But let me tell you what I've learned in that journey. Yes, God gave me her, but he needed her back. He
Amen.
didn't give her to me permanently. He gave her to me temporarily so that I could understand what love really was. So I could understand what it really meant to be loved. Because if I never had her, I would never know what love was at all. I would probably still be trying to figure out what love is. But she embedded one thing into me was love, but not just love, God's love.
Yeah, yeah. That's a different kind of love.
It's a different kind of love. And he tells us in his basic instructions that train up a child in the way they should go. And even if they should stray away, even if they should depart and leave, they will come back. Here I am, Lord. I strayed. I walked away. I left God. God didn't leave me. I walked away. Why? Because I was angry. I was in my feelings. How many of us get in our feelings because something is happening that we don't appreciate? And so we like, God, you just this, that, and now we all mad and going off on God. And what God really is trying to do is he's preparing us for where he's taking us. See, he can't use somebody that ain't never been through nothing.
Nope. He's building your testimony, your story.
He's giving it you a story because he know that your story is going to help somebody one day.
Yep.
He had to show me that even though he took my grandmother's love away from me, it never died. It was always buried within me. But I had to find that true love within myself. I had to learn how to finally love me. And that was something I didn't know how to do. Love me? What you mean, Lord? How am I supposed to do that? He took me to St. Corinthians. He said, read it. And I read it. And I read it. And I read it. I read it till I got so tired of it. And I said, Lord, I still don't understand it. And it was like I went to sleep one night and woke up the next morning. And it was all so plain and so clear that he said, even a baby can understand it. So he put it in my face like that. And he made it real clear to me so that I could understand that I was precious, that I was worthy, that I was more than enough because he loved me. He sent his only begotten son to die for me, to pay the ultimate price for me. And that's love. He had to show it to me. And I said, okay, Lord, now show me how to love me like that. And he did. And it was a process. And every day I had to go through it. So I had to learn how to be patient with me. I had to learn how to be kind to me. I had to learn how to be gentle with me. See, I didn't know how to do any of these things,
Mm-hmm.
but I had to learn how to do that. And so he broke it all down. See, I can go on and on. Y'all know the scripture. And if you don't, please go view it. For he says, study for yourself. But I broke each one down. And I started to apply it to me until I got it. And patience was my last one, y'all. Because I was like, I don't know if I'm ready for that. I don't know if I'm ready for that, Lord. I probably can do all the rest of this. But patience, woo, I was not standing in the patient line, Lord.
You know, it's funny. I was actually just thinking, like, get out of my head, because I was just thinking that to myself. Because I was like, I kept hearing it: patience, 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 patience.
Yes.
And really, I mean, I think we all go through that as a child of God. You know, you thinking to yourself, like, when is it gonna happen, Lord? When is it gonna happen? And I kept hearing it over and over, the same thing over and over. Patience, my child.
Patience.
It's coming. Patience. It's gonna happen, but have patience. Patience. And now, like, it happens so much, I find myself to be, I wouldn't say I would be like the most patient person, but I find myself to be a pretty calm, relaxed guy. Because I heard it over and over. Every time I would pray, I just the same thing. Be patient, Chris. Be patient, Chris.
Oh, I heard that so much.
Be patient. I'm like, okay, I'm being patient, but I'm ready for something to happen, Lord. It's like, be patient.
We have to remember that it ain't on our time. It's on God's time. You know? He prepares. He said he already went before us to prepare these rooms for us.
Amen.
We act like as if those rooms was, oh, well, he wouldn't before us to prepare the place for us when we die. No, that is not what that meant. That meant that he was preparing us for right now. He's preparing us for what he got planned for us, because he said, my plans is the best plan.
Yes. Yes.
I got plans for you.
Yes.
See? If he didn't have plans for us, then why would he go and prepare anything for us? So
no, hold on. You're hitting on a key, like, strong note, because a lot of people read that verse, and it says, you know, the plans that I have for you, not your plans.
Not your plans.
And that's where we make the biggest mistake, because what happens a lot of times in life? Lord, I got this idea. I got this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And God's like, hold up. What about me? What about my will? When are you going to do mine? And what happens, guys? What do? We chase after our plans into that point where, they don't work out. And then this is the beautiful thing. The beautiful thing about God, though, is regardless of how far we stray, how far we go away and make these mistakes. And for the person watching, listening right now, I want to tell you, you're not too far gone.
No.
In fact, you think God he left you? He never left your side. He's been right there all along. I mean, you really sit back and think about the nights where you did some crazy things, but yet you're still here right now. Why is that? Because God loves you so much that even when you were being wicked, you were being crazy, He was still showing you the love that you need.
Exactly.
He was. It's going to hit hard for you too. He was actually being your father.
Yes, he was. Oh, yes, he was. Yes, he was. Yes, he
and
was.
what does a good father always do? You make mistakes. You have your problems. And you think you're going to go to your dad and he's going to be mad at you, right? You go back to God, and what's he doing? He's got his arms open wide.
Yep.
Welcome home.
Welcome.
Or, better yet, he'll say, are you listening now?
Hey, I'm a witness to that. I know he did. He dropped me in the middle of the forest Like he just dropped me in the middle of the forest and he said, "You gonna sit there until you listen and you hear my voice." That's how I came out of that dark place. He had to put me by myself to let me know that I was not by myself. I was choosing to avoid the voice of God. I was choosing to do it my way. And he was like, "Well, let me show you how your way gonna. Let me show you what's gonna happen doing it your way. And doing it my way, I almost killed myself. I almost did. I wasn't making it because I was trying to do it my way. And every time he kept saving me. I was telling my mom today, I said, so many days and so many nights when I look back on my entire life, not just a portion of it, but when I look back on my entire life, I see all the stuff that God was saving me from. Because I should have been dead and gone, baby. I should have been locked up or in somebody's jail. In somebody, not just jail, but penitentiary. Because I was just being dumb. But God was protecting me. He was holding on to me. He was covering me and watching over me the whole time.
Amen. Preach.
And I just was like, wow, Lord. Because I know I should have been gone. But he needed me for this moment right here today. So that I can help somebody else, so that I can share my story with somebody else. And let me tell you, sharing my story isn't the easiest story because people look at you and be like, she was molested. Oh, she was a hoe. Oh, she was this and she was that. Oh my gosh. This is real life. This happens. And it doesn't just happen to some of us. It happens to a lot of people out here. The problem is the world is just too afraid to talk about it. Because we've been told that we can't talk about it. But I am not afraid to share my story anymore. And I was. But he had to prepare me. He had to start getting me over those traumas so when I'm talking about it, it ain't triggering me to tell you my story. It's my story, but it's my past, and I no longer live there. I no longer reside at that address. Let me tell you why. Because I learned how to literally cope. I learned how to have healthy mechanisms and healthy tools in my toolbox, in my trauma box, that I can literally go to and say, hey, wait a minute. This ain't right. Let me pull this out. And I can use it. And now I can screw that light bulb in, and I don't have to call somebody else to come do it for me. See, I corrected me from the inside to the outside. I didn't wait for somebody else to do it. I didn't wait. I let God use me. I let God cleanse me because he said he would. He stands on his promises. And he gave me a renewed strength. He gave me renewal. He gave me a renewed life. He told me no charge. So all the stuff that I did, he said no charge. Because he had already punished me. I already got whooped for all of it.
Yeah.
So now, he said, when you know better, you do better. And now I know better. So I'm doing better. I ain't going backwards. I'm going forward. Because it's about my future. It's about me rebranding. It's about me knowing where God wants me to be and how he wants to take me. And so I allow him to use me the way he wants to use me. Not just, oh, I'm doing this and doing this. Because let me tell y'all something, baby. I never wanted to get into ministry. I never even thought that I would even be in ministry. You don't think ever when you in the streets that you're going to be in somebody's ministry. You never think that at all. Because people look at you like, she's not worthy. And I always felt like God didn't see me worthy until God told me I was worthy.
That's the thing. That is the thing I love about Jesus. Not to cut you off, but when you were saying that just now, we always get this idea. When you're a follower, you think that God's looking for the perfect people, right? No, not at all, man. He's going and looking for the lost sheep.
That's
The
right.
people that you see, I mean, that's what Jesus did during his ministry. That's who he was
Exactly.
looking for, right? He wasn't sitting with the kings, the queens. He wasn't sitting with them. No, he was sitting with the bottom of the barrel.
Exactly.
No, no disrespect to the people from the past time, but that's
Hey,
how they described you.
baby, when you're looking for Lady V, you can find Lady V at the bottom of the barrel where the sticky stuff is. Because until we address that sticky stuff sitting at the bottom of the barrel, we ain't never gonna heal. We are not healed. You will not get healed. You can keep lying to yourself all you want, just like you lie about certain Bible verses and scriptures that you try to adjust them and justify them to your liking, baby. I'm at the bottom of the barrel, keeping it real.
Yeah.
Because when you start touching that sticky stuff, addressing it, literally scraping it out and clearing it out, you can start living a healthy life. That's where you can find me. So I'll be at the bottom of the barrel, baby.
Bottom of the barrel.
I'm gonna be down there like Jesus was, honey, because I got to save your soul. I got to help you get back to where you're supposed to be, and that's calling on the name of Jesus. I don't know about nobody else, but
Yeah,
there's
right
no
there with you.
sweeter name that I know right there, baby. I had to call on him a many days and a many nights, honey, in my journey because I was afraid, because I was going through a dark, dark spot, a dark, dark place, and I needed somebody to save me. And here I am looking for man to save me, and the man was just stomping on me, just dragging me and just tossing me around like a little raggedy Ann doll. Just, you know what I'm saying? Just all kinds of stuff. But you know what? God never did. When God came to save me, he rubbed me. He caressed me. He held me. He protected me. He comforted me and said, my child, it's going to be all right because you are the daughter of a king. See? So now when they trying to talk about me, I let them know, baby, don't talk about the daughter of a king now. You don't want them kind of, because I don't know about you, but my daddy get mad when you talk about his daughter, honey. See, my daddy get mad. He don't play about me. And so I wouldn't do that if I was you. Because my daddy don't like when people talk about his daughter. Be mindful about be mindful about who you put your mouth on. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. But Lady V, tell me, like, so how long were you caught up in that world?
For a little over 20, 30 years. It wasn't until I almost hit 40. And this year I turned 50. So I'm grateful to that. And
Don't
so
even look it.
thank you. And so yes, I'll be 50 in July. And I'm truly, truly grateful. I'm looking forward to it because it took me 10 years to literally learn me. It took me almost 10 years to really love me the way God loved me. See, we can say we love ourselves all day. That's what I was. Oh, I love me some me. Oh, I love me. Oh, I'm love me, baby. I'm shouting into the world. I love me. I didn't love me. Because when you really love you the way God loves you, you are mindful of what you put up with. You are mindful of who you put up with it from. You are mindful what you will accept and what you won't accept. See, how can you love you but hurt you at the same time? I'll wait. See, we think, oh, this person hurt me. No, you allow that person to hurt you because hurt people can't hurt people. They can't. They can't hurt healed people, but they can't hurt another hurt person because
Yeah.
you're already hurt. So you don't know the difference anyway because you already hurt. So you don't know. So hurt people because you already hurt, but they do not hurt healed people.
Yes.
And I learned that once I started to get healed, baby, I'm not putting up with that. What you talking about? No, you cannot do me like that. Like I speak up. I let it be known right now. And I tell you, you hurt me. I didn't like that. And now I'm cutting you off because I got to move on. Because if you did it once, you would do it again.
Yeah.
Now I forgive you. I just can't fool with you. See, it's a difference. And he didn't tell me that I had to fool with you. He told me that I had to love you. He
Yep.
didn't say I had to fool with you. He commanded for us to do one thing. One. And that was to love. And we can't even do that right. We can't even love our neighbors right. We just can't. We just confused and lost and hate everybody. We got so much anger going on in this world that is so crazy that for me, no, I don't have to hate you. I don't have to hurt you. I just have to leave you alone. I can just move on and I pray for you. And I don't pray on you. I don't say, Lord, take care of this person because they hurt me. No. I say, Lord, forgive them for they know not what they do, because that's what he said to us when Jesus was
Amen.
dying on the cross. He said, Lord, forgive them because they know not what they do. Now, back in the day, when I was first starting my journey, I ain't gonna lie now, when I was first starting my journey, I was like, Lord, I'm gonna forgive them, but they know exactly what they was doing, and I don't care. I don't appreciate it. So I'm gonna forgive them a little bit, but they know what they was doing. Now, I'm like, Lord, I understand it now. I understand it now, because a lot of times hurt people really don't know that they're hurting somebody else, because they're just portraying what they're going through and what they feel on the inside. They only giving you what they getting. So they don't know. So I had to say, Lord, it makes sense. Lord, forgive them, for they know not what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And I pray for them. But I don't fool with you after that. I'm just telling you, Lady V just don't fool with you after that. I pray for you. I forgive you. But I move on, because it's a choice. If I allow you to continue to hurt me, I don't have to do it. I don't have to accept it. But I do have to love you. And I will continue to love you. And I will continue to pray for you. Out of my circle. Just away from me. Can you be over there? Okay. I'm just saying. I'm just playing, y'all. But no, I'm serious. So
So, Lady V, what was it like though when you finally started to break away from that circle though, to get out of that lifestyle? What did you have to do? Did you have like? Because I've heard people describe that they had watchers and their every move. Did you have that at all? Describe that to us.
I actually didn't. I'm grateful that I didn't. Now I did have stalkers. Okay, so there's a difference between stalkers and watchers. Okay, um, and I asked God to remove me, so I started to travel away from these things, and I started going to different states. So I've lived in probably almost 12 to 15 of the states here. In these states, not across, but not abroad, but here I've lived in, a lot of them. And at the end of the day, I was learning me. I was running away. And people don't realize that you can run all you want, but you can never run away from those triggers. You can never run away from those problems. You can never run away from what's going on in your life right now. You can never run away from that. You have to heal from that. And so what I did was I got someplace where I actually enjoyed being, and I decided that I was going to start taking my journey more seriously. And so I God will isolate you before he
Yeah,
elevates you.
preach, preach
And
it
that's
down.
what he did to me. He isolated me. So when you hear me say he put me in a forest, that was my isolation time. Okay. Because all I could see was the trees. I could hear the traffic, but all I could see was the trees. And he dropped me right in the middle of the forest. And he tell me, I ain't letting you go until you can hear. When you hear my voice, you will follow me. In other words, you will then come to me. And when I followed him, now mind you, I sat in that forest for a long time, and I cried and I cried and I cried and I cried. Because again, I was waiting for somebody to come and save me. When God was saying, save yourself, but trust in me while you're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm the one going to save you. Man ain't going to save you. And I sat in that forest for that long because I was waiting on man to save me. I wasn't asking God to save me. And he was just waiting on me to ask. Because
Send me a hero, Lord. Send me a hero.
yeah. And all the time, I was my own hero. I was my own shero. But I didn't know that because I couldn't see it. Because again, I needed man to save me so bad. And he tells us in those basic instructions, stop trusting in man, trust in me. God is a jealous God. But we
Mm-hmm.
keep trusting in man. And then we don't understand why things are happening to us because we're trusted in the wrong people. We're trusted in something that God already told us stop doing. And so when I started trusting in him and really I surrendered. I'm telling y'all this right now. Surrender your life. That's what it was. That's when I was set free. Once I surrendered my whole entire life, my whole entire being, I then heard God's voice. And he kept talking to me. And I kept walking. And he kept talking to me. And I kept walking. And I could start hearing the traffic a lot clearer, like it was real loud. And I knew I was getting close. So I knew that I was on my way out. But what happens when we're right there on the edge? And all we got to do is peek our head out, and then boom, we free. The enemy come in and try to play with us and tell us, you ain't going to make it.
Yeah, definitely. That's how it always goes.
Yeah. And that's what happened to me. He came in and he infiltrated. And he told me I wasn't going to make it. You ain't worthy. God ain't talking to you. He don't want you. You're nobody. Nobody's going to listen to you. Nobody's going to care about your story. Nobody's going to do this. Nobody's going to do that. Nobody, it was so many things. And God just kept saying, do you hear me? Can you hear me? He didn't raise his voice. He didn't shout. He just asked me, do you still hear me? And I said, yes, Lord, I do. And he said, come on. And when I finally stepped over that bridge, the enemy was so mad that he tried to take me out. Literally. He almost killed me. But God say, you can do anything you want to her, but you can't kill her.
Nope. It's not allowed.
You can't kill her. And he tried, but he couldn't kill me because here I am still standing today. And he tried.
And guess what? Guess what? I'm listening. I'm listening.
You know what I'm saying?
He said nobody would listen. I'm listening. Exactly. I'm sure you're listening.
Man, I am listening. I am listening, Lord. I am listening to your every word, your every being. And so now I share my story boldly. I share my truth boldly. I'm not afraid to say, yes, I was molested at 8. Yes, I was a runaway at 10. Yes, I was a madam at 15. Yes, I was a high-priced call girl at 21 till I was almost 40. Yes. Yes, I was. I did that. That was a choice because I was lost, but now I'm found. Because when God found me, he came to a dark place to get me. And so I'm telling you right now, and I don't know who this is for, But whoever you are, if you feel like you're in that dark place and God's not listening, He is. And if you think that God won't come get you and rescue you out of that dark place, He will. Keep trusting, keep believing, keep holding on. If you give up now, you will have to start over. Stop giving up on you because God never gave up on you. Stop giving up. You're at the finish line. You're almost there at your breakthrough. You can almost taste it. Don't give up now. And if you think the enemy ain't gonna try you, yes, he is. He gonna come in
Oh.
and he gonna have both barrels loaded. Baby, he got his boxing gloves on. Baby, he want to TKO you. But I'm gonna tell you right now, honey, put your full armor on and let him know, honey, that I got my foot on your neck and you don't get no win over here. See, he don't come play with me. And he hate those who call me and say, Lady V, can you? Lady V, will you? Lady V, what about X, Y, and Z? Because he already know, baby, I ain't coming to play with him. I'm coming to slay with him, honey. I got my full armor. I'm always ready. I stay ready. So I ain't never got to get ready. And this fight, he don't even want none. Why? Because I serve a good God. I got a mighty Father. And he don't play about me. And if you think he do what my mama used to say, try me. Try me. He gonna show you. He don't play about me. He just don't. Because I don't play about him. I don't play when it comes to my Father. I'm about my Father's business. I'm about uprooting and lifting up his kingdom because I was at a dark place and I couldn't save me. I couldn't come out. And he had to rescue me. But he had to show me that I was strong enough to hold on to his word. See, some of us feel like we ain't strong enough. But if you look back on your life, you'll realize you're stronger than what you thought, honey, because there's a lot of things you didn't think you was going to come through. But if you look at where you're at now compared to where you used to be, you'd be like, wow. See, I didn't turn around and look because I was going to turn to a pillar of salt. So I kept moving forward to be a better me because I knew that the old me, I ain't need to be her no more. She was gone.
Amen. Amen.
She was done. And now it was time for me to rebuild, rebrand, and be a better person, that the person that God needs to use, will use, and wants to use. I got to be her.
And then, now that you are her, have you ever run across the girls that you used to work with? Were you able to help out them?
I've ran across one, and I actually have to say that right now she is actually a missionary, and she does missionary work. She's, I mean, and just like me, people didn't even think she was gonna be that person, but she is, and now she tells her story, and she lets people know that yes, I was a drug addict, and yes, I was a call girl, you know, and I did a lot of dumb things to the point where she was beat real bad. And God saved her. We found her in the alley. And she was sitting there crying. She was really dead, but she was crying. And we literally picked her limp body up and took her to the hospital. And the doctor said that they don't even know how she made it because she was beat just that bad. And it was internally. Like she was, a lot of times we see people and we think, oh, they're not being beat up because we don't see them physical bruises out here on the outside. But a lot of times what y'all fail to realize is, no, they don't beat us up here or below here. They beat us all in the stomach, all around us, all in the, you know what I'm saying, in torso areas. You get tortured and beat on certain ways. So because the thing is, they don't want to lose that money. And if you're beat on, a lot of people don't want to pay for that. See, people don't know that. But people don't want to pay for somebody that's beat up. So what they do is they beat us internally to the point where sometimes our ribs are broken. People have collapsed, and I mean their stomachs and stuff have been just like the things that I've seen. We're gonna say that for another thing, but the things that I've seen has been definitely brutal and very bad and detrimental to a lot of our health. And some girls make it, and some girls really just don't, because their bodies can't take all of that beating, you know. And then sometimes, so they don't see it here, they beat us in the head. Your head is soft. You get punched too many times in your head, you could die.
I mean, like, really, what do you, like, for you to watch or listener right now, you have to think about this. Doesn't it make sense? If you're in that position, you know, hopefully you're not that guy or that girl, but you're not going to be able to make money if, you know, whoever you're pimping out has got bruises all over themselves. Nobody's going to want to pay that. They're going to feel bad for that. And it's crazy. This is stuff that you have to pay attention to. Be aware. Notice the small details that are actually big details, to be honest, because you'll start seeing stuff differently. And I'm hoping that you're hearing this story and it's really taking that veil off of you, and you can start seeing the world for what it really is. Start seeing what's going on behind the scenes. Be able to help these individuals, because you never know. You never know what's going on. That person that you've seen at the corner, that's sitting at that corner, and you're looking at them, you're judging them. You don't know what's going on in that person's world.
Exactly.
And maybe just maybe God's staring at your heart, and He keeps telling you to go back to that person for a reason. Think about it.
For real.
And I think, really, somebody's watching this right now, and you felt that right in your heart. And that's God using me to get back to you. And that person that you did see at that corner, I think it's time. You know what to do.
Exactly.
Don't go by yourself, though.
Please
don't be that tough guy.
Yeah, don't be. Please don't.
Be with somebody, because
exactly,
like she said, she was lucky enough that, you know, she didn't have watchers, but these people do have watchers.
Yes,
they have people watching over them that drive by every hour, every 10 minutes, wherever they could be nearby. Exactly. And you have to be careful. But these individuals do need to be helped.
Yep. And you don't know who is watching. Because a lot of times they do. They have people watching that all times, every minute, every second, because it's all about making sure that their investment, because you're no longer a person, you're just an investment at that part, you know. And so for me, I'm my own investment. Okay. I'm investing myself. I ain't just I couldn't do it. But there are people who get tricked like that. You know, you gonna be, you gonna be my bottom, or you gonna be her, or you gonna get killed. And they be like, oh no, I'm not doing that. Whereas I was already so hardened that they was like, oh, she crazy. We ain't fit to fool with her. Okay, she one of us. So they literally started to respect me in the streets as one of them. And so they started to leave me be. They will never approach me like that. They will never any of that, and I was always that girl. So that's why, and when a lot of girls start seeing it, they were like, oh, I want to be on your team. Like, and they felt more comfortable being under a woman than they did under a man. And the fact that for me, I'm not fit to beat on you. I'll just let you go. Like I don't need all of that. And I don't like a lot of drama. So my rules was my rules. You did what it is. And if that's not what you wanted to do, you can keep on pushing, because what I wasn't gonna do was I wasn't going to abuse you. I was gonna let you go, and you can go back to the streets and do what you wanted to do and take that risk of whatever it was you was gonna get. And some girls did, because they realized that they needed that in their life, because that's what they know, you know. And I know
Mm.
sometimes we look at it and we say, oh no. No, some women, they've been beat on for so long that if you're not beating on them, they don't believe you love them. That's trauma. They don't know the difference. And so some of them couldn't understand why I wouldn't beat on them. Like, I'm not her. I'm not that person. I'm not evil like that. Where the point that I need to beat you for $5, $10, $20, whatever it was. It was not worth it to me. I make my own money. So I didn't need to take yours. I just wanted to make sure you were safe out there in these streets, because it's hard. And they respected me. And so, and the fact that they knew who my brothers and stuff was too. So they was like, oh yeah, she real crazy. So they, it made a difference. They, oh yeah, she real crazy. And so it was just about a respect thing, and it was just about how I just moved and lived, and what I was and was not gonna do. But I know, because there was times where I had people that was on, what I'm saying, like we hired people to, hey, watch X, Y, and Z, because I'm over here doing me. I can't watch them and do me too. Like, and so we did, and they would watch, and you never know. And as that person is moving, they're moving with that person too. And just because you don't notice it doesn't mean that it's not happening.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to be aware of your surroundings at all times, because,
Exactly.
like you said, you just never know. You never know the situation, how deep it is, and how,
Exactly.
I mean, just what's going on. But I'm thinking to myself, so how did this affect your relationship with men? Were you able to get in relationships afterwards, or how hard was it for you?
I did get into relationships, and sometimes it was hard, sometimes it was easy. Men is just men. It was never a thing, a difference with me. But I've realized that now that I'm anointed, it's a lot harder
Hmm.
to date, because men they see me for my beauty, and they see me for my past. And so they instantly go, oh, she's going to be quick. She's going to be easy. She's going to give it up. She's going to this. And then when I tell them, no, I'm celibate, they be like, what you mean? Yeah. Yeah. None of that. None of that. Like, I'm waiting on my husband. Like, when God sent me my Boaz, and now I'm waiting on God. So you can't even get to me unless you talk to my father first. Like, literally. Like, I've made so many bad decisions and so many bad moves with men, and just being in trying to be in the dating realm, that now, honey, God have all the control. So, baby, if my father don't say yes, it's a no for you. That's all I have to say. You literally have to ask for my father's hand in marriage. Literally, I'm going all the way old school, baby. And if you don't ask for my father's hand, you don't get that. You don't. He don't even let you in my realm now. He don't even let you close to me, where you can feel like you have that type of authority or that type of connection to even drain or take any of my energy or my time, because you don't. And so yes, dating has been difficult and challenging, but patience. That word patient keep coming up. And so he told me to be patient, because again, he's already went before me and prepared the man who he's working on for me. But he needs to work on him. He needs to make sure that he's perfect for me. So he's making him work on him right now. And all I have to do is sit and be patient and continue to do me, and continue to work on me. If we understood that in our relationships and in our lives, that we would stop all this hurting each other, because we're finally working on ourselves. We're finally healing ourselves. You want the right person for you? Start healing you. And then I guarantee you, he will find you because he's already healing him too, or she's already healing herself too. And she will find you. It's coming.
Man,
Patient.
I was thinking the same thing as you were saying that, like being patient, you know, and when you're trying to find that right person, because I remember thinking to myself back, like right when I was about to throw in the towel, I was about to just say I'm done with it. She came. She came, and
And
it was
you
kind of
I was on
it was crazy how it all happened too. It's just like right at that last minute when I was about to give it up, you know, because I was on the dating sites. That's just how it is nowadays. And I was like, okay, a profile came up, and it seemed like, all right, I could see this actually happening. I gave it one more shot, and sure enough, when I met her, who is now my wife,
Amen.
she told me the same exact thing. She is ready to delete all the dating sites, get rid of them, and just, you know, if it happens in the future, so be it. But
So be it.
something in that moment, God, that's what I'll say, God
Mm-hmm.
said, try this one. And in that same moment, he was telling her, like you said, he's working on the both of us.
Mm-hmm.
Try them.
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, here we are.
Gotta
Yeah.
celebrate it. Gotta celebrate it. Gotta celebrate it. Yes, that's how he is. He's a sovereign God like that, and he will. We just have to be patient. And the problem is we have all these expectations of what we want. Oh, he needs to be this, and she needs to be this, and she needs to be that, and he needs to be this. And in reality, God ain't gonna give you none of that. He gonna give you what he needs for you to have, what's best for you.
Yes.
Because what you think is best for you really ain't always best for you. Like, he could be 6'5" and he could be beating on you. She could be thick and beautiful and be cheating on you.
Mm-hmm.
You see, it's all these different things. So be mindful that I just tell God now, Lord, I'm waiting on the person that you have for me, because I know that whoever he is, he's going to be the best person for me because he was handpicked and chosen by you. I now have your permission to date and to be with this particular person. Whereas before, I didn't have God's permission. That's why none of them ever worked, because I never got God's permission. I was out here just doing it on my own. Just, oh, he my type. Oh, he fine. Oh, he got money. Oh, mm-hmm. I didn't stop to look at all the red flags that God was showing me the whole time that it was popping up. They was popping up like bling, 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 bling.
Are
It
you
was
seeing it? Are you seeing it?
Mhm. And I was like, and a lot of times as people, this is our go-to. Oh, that's nothing. I can fix that. Oh, that's nothing. They won't do it with me. Oh, that's nothing. It'll be okay. I can take care of that. I can control that. I can handle that. Oh, they will never do that with me. And then they do all the stuff that you think you control. You couldn't control it all. All the stuff that you thought that they wouldn't do, they did 10 times over and then still doing it. You know what I'm saying? So we have to be mindful when you see them red flags. They red flags for a reason. Recognize them, acknowledge them, and then run.
Get out of there! Go while you can! Run! Don't
Run.
look! Don't look back! Don't look like Lot's wife looked back and turned into a silver pot. You know, don't do it. Get out of there. Run!
Yes.
Because, I mean, really, since we're here, I'm gonna add my 2 cents into it, because we do. We live by these crazy standards, you know, and then people find out why can't we get that person? Because, well, you gotta look at yourself in the mirror too, or you got the highest standards, right? Are you presenting yourself with those high standards, the same ones? Because even though they look like a match to you, but are you a match to them? To me, it all became about personalities. It wasn't about standards. It was like, if you have a good personality and we kind of click, I knew that this is it. I would ask God, I'd be like, she's the one, ain't she? Like, yeah, that's the female version of you. You ready for that? I'm like, yeah, we're gonna butt heads, but I'm all for it. That's, we're becoming one. But the thing is, guys, you also have to be careful because soul ties are very, very real. Exactly. The more people you're with, you mess around with, you being yourself. And all of a sudden, after messing around with this person or that person, you start to pick on different trends, right? You start to feel a little different. You didn't have that anxiety before, right? But now you have anxiety. Exactly. You didn't have depression before, but now you got depression. You didn't have anger issues, but after messing with that person, now you have anger issues. It sounds crazy when you're not in the spiritual world of things. You're not caught up in the biblical things. Exactly. But the stuff is very real. And if you've been with a lot of people, my advice is to you, before you even get married, before you even get to that thought, you might want to get delivered because you need to get these things. Now. You got to get these things off of you. You got to get them removed because in the long run, you could end up meeting the love of your life. But because these things are attached to you, because you messed around with so and so and messed around with them, and I'm not talking about STDs or diseases or anything like that. Exactly. No, I'm talking about stuff that attaches to your soul. Come on now. That thing inside you. There's stuff that nasty stuff gets attached to it, and you need to get it removed. You need to get a cleansing. You need the Holy Spirit to come in and clean that out for you before you meet the love of your life, because that very thing that's sticking to your soul could be the reason it doesn't work out for you.
Exactly. Woo, baby, that's all I can say. That's strong right there. That's strong right there. Yes, it is. And I definitely understand it. Woo. Be mindful of the soul ties and the things that we are being attached to. Like, that's the reason why I'm celibate, because I can't keep laying down with all these different people, because whoever I'm laying down with and whoever they're laying down with, now we're all just, we don't understand that we are connected in that way, and it's not good. And so, like you said, we have to cleanse all that out so that we don't attach that to what's good for us. And then we lose what's good for us because we don't know what to do.
Yeah. I mean, it's powerful, guys, but the stuff is real. I mean, you really have to trust me on this one. Look into it yourself, study it a little bit, and you'll start to see. I mean, you pull back them layers and you kind of see it for yourself. Because when I first heard about soul ties, I was like, please get out of here. Get that Bible stuff. I was like, what are you talking about? But the more I did research on it and started actually studying the stuff and really talking to God one-on-one about it, and really kind of sitting back and looking at things, I'm like, it actually does make sense.
Yeah, we'll show you. And we'll show you who you soul tied to.
Yep. And you have to cut those cords, man. You have to.
Got to. Woo, baby.
And for this generation, I feel like this is a very important topic. I mean, we're kind of shying away from her story, but somebody right now needs to hear this. You're going on these. You're looking for the love of your life, right? You're trying to figure out where they're at. Maybe you already met them, but because of these soul ties, they're holding you back. People are, and you got to be careful who you mess with. You guys are going around sleeping around all these different people. There's a lot of people doing witchcraft out here. Woo! And even though you stepped away, Even though you stepped away, she hasn't forgotten about you, or he hasn't forgotten about you.
That's right.
And they're making all these love potions on you. Now, this is where it becomes important because that stuff's very real. They could put spells on you.
Exactly.
And you can ruin. You're trying to figure out why are none of my relationships working.
Exactly.
Well, that could be another reason. That stuff is very. I mean, the New Age stuff, especially this speaking stuff into existence.
For real.
Should I open you guys to that too? I mean, I don't want to get too personal, but I'm seeing it more and more nowadays. And I was telling you guys from the very beginning to have the right mindset.
Hey,
isn't it?
You ready to talk about that conversation? Call me because I'm ready. Okay.
Because I'll give you guys a little teaser of the New Age. When you guys think about this stuff, why is it when you want to manifest stuff, they always tell you to repeat things 3 times? Think about it. And when you look at witchcraft world, or Satan himself, Lucifer, he's always trying to copy the ways of the Bible, right?
All the time.
And and then if you get scratched, you got 3 scratches. You ever watch paranormal shows? What does that mean? They're mocking the Trinity.
Mm-hmm.
And now in this New Age stuff, if you're not really paying attention to it, but they're telling you to, you say this 3 times a day. Look at yourself in the mirror and say this. And I'm pretty sure it happened for you, right? You have these vision boards. You're chanting them. You're saying this and that. Is it actually working for you, though?
Okay. No. But I tell you what, if you call on Jesus 3 times, he'll flee. Okay.
Yeah, he will. But that's the thing you got to be careful with.
Blood and the Holy Divine Spirit, baby. That's it. That's all, baby. That's who I call on. And every time I call on him, baby, he right there. He right there in the enemy.
That's who you need to call on. Don't rely on these little crystals that you put around your neck. That ain't protecting you. You look goofy, to be honest. I can't lie to you. You look goofy. You think that little rock's gonna protect you? No, man. That's actually, believe it or not, that's actually food. You're attracting stuff to you.
Exactly.
Look it up if you don't believe me. Do your research. You'll see how many of those people that have the crystals. You start doing that stuff, man. And another important thing, since I'm already here, you need to deny yourself. You need to let go of the ego. Because what does ego stand for, really?
Everyone got an opinion.
Go ahead. What does ego actually stand for? Do you guys actually know?
Got an opinion, I'm telling you. And you got an opinion, and it ain't even good. Sometimes you need to just let it go.
Now, check this out. Ego actually, to me, stands like this. Edging God out.
That too.
Let your ego go. And then the rest of your life, instead of trying to please the flesh, you want to please the Father.
Come on,
because that's where it's going to really happen for you. The doors are going to open for you, and you're going to see beautiful things. You don't have to chant these chants saying, "I want to manifest this in my life." No, think about that. You want to manifest stuff? No, I want God to bless me with stuff. There you go. That's how you do
it. That's the manifestation, is calling on God. That's the only way.
Call on the Lord.
Yes, that's the only way it can manifest anyway. I mean, you can do other things, but I wouldn't suggest it.
No,
I wouldn't suggest
don't do that stuff because
you
get others. You get stuff. You open other doors that
exactly.
You don't have no business with.
Down Pandora's box, okay? Let me tell you something. Pandora's box is not a good box to open, and when you open it, it's almost like Jumanji. It's very hard. Okay, don't do it. Okay,
you want no part of that.
No parts of it.
All right, guys, as we begin to wrap this thing up, I simply just want to say, Lady V, thank you for coming on and telling your story, sharing your story, and preaching your story with us. Give it up for her.
Hey, thank you for having me, and thank you for listening and engaging and accepting my story for just what it is, just raw, true, and real. And so thank you. And I pray that somebody tonight is healing. Somebody tonight heard this story and said, you know what? I won't give up. I will keep on going, because if she can do it, I can do it too. Trust me. It wasn't an easy path, but it was a worthwhile path. So just keep striving for your journey and keep God first, and know that everything will be okay. You got this. You got this. And again, Chris, thank you so much for the wonderful interview. I'm truly grateful for it. Believe that.
Lady V, no, thank you. I appreciate you for coming on here and telling it like how it is. People need to hear it, man.
Always, always. We can't be afraid of our story. Everybody got a story. It's just about how you gonna tell yours and who you gonna tell yours to. Don't be afraid to share your story. I was afraid, but now I'm not, because God couldn't use me if I was afraid to tell it. So I got to tell my story so that he can use me in mighty ways to save his people, not my people. Y'all ain't my people. Y'all his people. And hey, if my story is going to help you come back and have a closer and a better relationship with God, I'm all for it.
Man, that's the greatest gift of all. If my words brought you to the Father, amen, man, because you're about to be open to a whole new world that's going to make you enjoy life and appreciate it. Is it going to be easy? No, you're going to run into some tough times. I'll let you know that right away. It ain't easy. It ain't easy. You're going to run into some challenges, but trust me, it's worth it in the end.
It's worth it. I promise you, it's worth it in the end. The peace alone, baby, priceless. That's all I can say is priceless. Honey, priceless.
What does he say? He says, take my yoke, for it is easy. Oh my goodness. When you receive that peace, you feel that love. Woo, I'm starting to preach. I feel it coming at fire.
Yes, sir. I love it.
You start feeling it. You're starting to feel that Holy Ghost come in the room. Hey, how you doing? Come on in. You want that feeling because you want the peace. You want that joy, man. It feels good.
Yes, it does.
All right, before we start going to church, though, man.
Because hey, we'll be here, baby. We'll be here, baby. We will be here. Okay.
Yeah. Well, we'll save that for another episode. We'll go full preacher over here. But let's wrap this thing up with, let's go with 3 random questions to wrap this up. My first question for you, although I've been asking questions left and right because that's what I do.
You're supposed to.
Yeah. So for the first question, if somebody, is going through the same thing that you dealt with when you were 8, went through those years, going through all the emotions, exact same thing, what are you telling that person right now?
To hold on to God's unchanging hand and know that it won't last always. Trouble don't last always. God will bring you through it, and he will bring you out of it. Just hold on to him. Keep calling on him, and he'll deliver you. I promise you. It may not be when you want it, but he's always right on time.
Ooh, yeah. Well said. I mean, for the last 2 questions, I'll pass the mic over to you and allow you to ask me 2 questions. Okay, let's see what you got.
Woo! Let them say, hey, I like it. I like it. I like it.
I'm sweating over here.
Don't start sweating now. Don't start sweating now. I promise I'll be easy on you. I promise I'll be easy on you. But
I got you. I'm a complete open book over here. Let's see what you got.
Already. And so my question to you is to tell your story. What inspired you to decide that you wanted to go this route to allow others to be able to share and tell their story and their journey on your network?
I'll keep it nice and easy for everybody that's watching and listening. Everybody has a story. And there's people out here that are living life that are going through the exact same thing that you're dealing with right now that need to hear it. And this is the perfect platform for you to come on and share your story. You can be completely you. It's unscripted. Just you. Be you. Tell your story like it is, because God gave you that story. And people need to hear that story. Because somebody right now, you've been through something right now. Something that you didn't think you were going to make it out of. There's somebody out there right now that's dealing with the same thing that you dealt with. Went through the same exact thing, dealing with everything. And you thought to yourself that you wasn't going to make it. But you did. And there's a person that needs to hear your story. And this is the perfect platform for you to come on and share that. Because you can be completely you. There's no script here. You're not following no protocol. You're just being you. You're sharing it and telling it like it is. And that's what Lady V's doing right now. She's sharing that story. Look at her.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And so my last question to you is going to be this. What would you tell your traumatized self today? If you could look at your traumatized self from whatever point in your life that was trauma, whether it was a kid or an adult, what would you literally tell your younger self right now that you wish somebody else had told you?
Trust God. I mean, it's going to get rough. You're going to deal with some things that are not going to make sense. As Jesus said, forgive them because they don't know what they're doing right now. They don't understand. And I've heard that many times, he told me, it's like, Chris, you got to forgive them because they don't understand what they're doing. They don't know. And that's what I tell my younger self. Be quick to forgive. Have patience. Be a lover. Love everybody that you can, because this world needs it, man.
What you say? And do.
And also, don't be afraid. Show off your gift that God has, placed upon you, man. Don't be afraid. Because if you never show it to the world, who will?
What they say, if you never show up, they never know you're there.
Because God, believe it or not, He only created one of you.
Come on,
only one of you.
Not a duplicate of you. Just
No.
because it might be somebody that look like you, maybe look like you, do not mean that they are you. There's only one you.
And you're thinking to yourself, man, Chris, you're talking all this hubba jubba stuff, man. No. He placed a calling on your life. Mm-hmm. And you're wondering, okay, well, so what is it, Chris? You know me well, don't you? I'm like, yeah, I do, because I've lived this life. God's got a call on your life. That thing that you enjoy doing, that you wish you got paid for it. Well, pursue it. What you're really good at, that's your calling. God has placed this on you, and He wants you to do it. Amen. That stuff that you feel it just comes naturally for you. That's it. That's the calling.
That is the calling. Ooh, that's the call. Ooh.
And that's how we'll wrap this thing up.
For real. For real. For real. We could go on and on, y'all. Oh, this is so wonderful.
Well, we just might in the future. Who knows? We might have another episode that's not about the story, but strictly just us being us.
Hey, I'm all right with that. However God leads us, I'm all right with that. You just call me and let me know, and I'm on it, baby. I'm there.
Because I felt him this whole entire podcast, man. I'm feeling like, hey.
Yeah.
Other than that, guys, I just want to simply say thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. This is the podcast, Tell Me Your Story. Until next time, this is Chris Baker, your host. That's Lady V, who just told her story. Peace out.
Love you.